super late model track champion at Southern Ohio Speedway, Mr. Eddie Carrier Jr. Eddie, you with us?
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. The Salt Rock Express, you're probably one of the most requested guys to have on the show. So talk to us about your season. You guys picked up several wins over the course of this year. Just tell us about your season.
Well, we kind of got a slow start. I got an injury right before I was going to go to head south to Florida for Speed Weeks, and we had to set out a couple months, and we got started about, say it's about April. Come right out of the box and got us a win, and started off pretty good at the first of the season. We run pretty good through the middle, and it kind of seemed like we kind of fell off a little at the end, but we've been working on some things, trying to get a little better, but hopefully we'll be better at the end of the season next year.
Now you guys race in and around the Midwest, and you get different places, but the 10,000 to win victory you guys had this year at Southern. That's obviously the highlight of the season. Yeah,
I mean we run pretty good, run real well at Southern this year. We'd kind of struggled over there after they opened the track back up, and we kind of worked on some things to try to get better there. But we probably run the most consistent there that we run at any track this year.
Now you guys were at the Brush Creek Epic Weekend.
Yes.
And I was there covering it for Dirt on Dirt. I have to ask the question. I was going to ask you, what was going through your mind during the when you guys were trying to roll the track in and there was two semi trucks out there?
Well, I thought they probably had some of the best cars that they'd ever had at that race, and probably one of the better crowds, and it could have turned out to be a real, two good races. And I don't really understand why they thought they had to mud the track up, because they run the consies during the day, and in my opinion, I think the track should have been left alone, and the racing would have been a whole lot better.
Well, you have to admit there was two distinct different tracks for the two features. They were, completely different.
Yeah.
Did you feel like the second race provided a better racing surface?
It was a little better, but in my opinion, I thought it was still needed to be. Everybody wants it fast, but the best racing is put on when the track is slick and it slows down. And in my opinion, I thought the track was still a little bit fast, in the second one. I think if it would have slowed down another half second or 0.3, it would have probably been a whole lot better racing. Because we've raced there before when it's just been super slick, and you can run the top, the bottom, and the middle, and it was just like, when you can go out there and run almost wide open for 50 laps, it's a little bit too fast.
That's right. Now, the question was asked earlier of one of our guys. This is a night of champions here on the dirt. We're having track champions, series champions, but predominantly track champions. And I'm looking at the final late model points at Southern Ohio Speedway, and there ain't a slouch in the top 10. You got yourself, obviously, as the winner, R.J. Conley, Jackie Boggs, Josh McGuire, Delmas Conley. Is winning a track championship, is that a lost goal amongst racers?
I think so, because, really, we didn't, it wasn't like during the winter we sit around and said, well, we want to win the track championship here or there. It was just kind of one of them things. We went over there and we raced quite a few times over there, and we was fortunate enough to get, wins and run we're always running the front over there, and it just kind of worked out that way. But I think what's happened, used to a guy could run for a track championship and he could win some money, he could get this or get that, and it's kind of now it's like it's really no, a lot of guys stay at a track and run for a track championship when there might be a race down the road, hour down the road's paying $5,000. You're going to stay to try to win a track championship and run for $2,000, and that track championship don't even pay nothing, and you kind of lost out on some money that you might have been able to win.
Now you guys get over to Eldora. You guys had some pretty good runs there.
Yep.
Do you guys plan to run any of like outside the general area, like with the Lucas or the World Outlaws, or hit some of the Crown Jewels other places? What's your plans coming up for 2013 other than racing the big races there at Eldora?
We just kind of play it by ear, and we kind of go off of how we feel about how we're running and stuff like that too. I mean, if we're running bad, we're not going to go up and travel out to a race and hopefully we make it, and if we don't, it's bad. But we kind of judge off of how we're running and how we feel about running against them guys. Because when you go out and run against them guys, you're running against some of the best in the country, and we like to go, and we don't like to go and just make the show. We like to go to try to be competitive.
So would you say that's why you guys don't maybe travel any of the series? Because I know I see you race a lot. You go to Moeller and Florence and Southern Ohio and Portsmouth and places like that. It seems like I always see you close to home, but we never see you venture out very far.
Yeah, like last year we went. I think we went out and we run the two Lucas shows. We went to Tri-City Speedway and Illinois, and then went to Paducah the next day. We hit them two deals, and then we went and run the Firecracker this year, which we hadn't done in probably 3 or 4 years. But the biggest thing in my area is just when it gets to rolling, racing gets to rolling around here. We got so many good paying shows around here. It don't make much sense to pass by a 5,000 that's 2 hours from your house and drive 14 hours to run for 10,000.
Right.
And we don't have, and it's just me and my dad when we go on the road, so it's not like I got 2 or 3 crew members or nothing like that, too.
When you guys picked up the victory in the UMP Summer Nationals, are you used to seeing the guys that run that, or were those some new kind of guys you don't see a lot?
I race against them guys quite a bit, like Brian Shirley and Feggers and Babb, and hadn't really raced a lot against Brandon Shepard until this year where he started driving the rocket car, but, I've raced against a lot of them guys quite a bit.
Well, all right. Well, Eddie, I thank you for joining us on our Monday. We've got a jam-packed show. Before we let you get out of here, I'd like for you to thank your sponsors and thank your dad since he's your crew member.
Yeah, and don't forget, Webb. Eddie is the T3G driver of the year too.
Oh, I've totally. Thank you for reminding me. And that's probably even more important than the track championship at Southern Ohio is that the fact that you're voted driver of the year by the Turn 3 gang. How do you feel about that? Speech.
Well, that was pretty good. I mean, I better say that was better because the guys would probably give me a hard time if I didn't. So, them guys, that's probably some of the, most loyal fans there is. I mean, they're always there and they support, they're some of my fans, and they're also some of the guys, that's, just local local guys that run like at Oakshade or something, but, they understand racing and all that, but then they have a good time at it.
Now, is it a part of your thought process when you're coming around the track at Eldora and at Turn 3? Do you throw up the T3G sign to them?
Oh yes, especially like during hot laps or something. I make sure if I'm just idling around there, I'll throw it up at them.
Making every one of their evenings every time you do that.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, but and I thank you, Brian, for saving me a lot of mean-spirited ridicule that would have came my way had I not asked him about that.
Now, are there any tips that you can give me, Eddie, so I can get up to speed with you? Is there anything in particular I need to do that I'm not doing? I just need some little bit of advice. What do I need to do with my shocks, or is it not so much in my shocks? Do I need to do something with the body work?
No, I think you just need to go as fast as you're comfortable with and just work at it and just always keep under control, I think.
and stay second to you.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I'm trying not to do that. Stay second to Eddie Carrier Jr., but I will take that bit of advice. Stay under control.
Yep.
All right. Well, Eddie, I appreciate you taking time out of your day, and go ahead and thank them sponsors, and also a special thanks to your dad for helping keep that car up front.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Carl Grover, of course, that's my car owner. Thank him for giving me the opportunity to drive for him. We're going on, next year will be 10 years that I've been driving for him, and hopefully we can be there 10 more. And also I'd like to thank Engines Incorporated of Ohio, Grover Racing Engines, Cox Record Service, Grover Motorsports, Rocket Chassis, VP Racing Fuel, CD Products, Brand Transmissions, Comp Cams, Wiles Dry Shaft, Real Wheels, Race Tech Pistons, Dyer's Rods, Rapture Carburetors, Olin Shocks, Sismar Racing, Jones Racing Products, Pro Fabrication Exhaust, All-Star Performance, Posky Performance Parts, Schaefer Racing Oil, Franklin Marines, and the MSR Mafia for doing an awesome website for me, Hoosier Tires, and hopefully I ain't left nobody out.
Eddie, I'm glad you had. I never would have remembered all those, so I'm glad you did. And I want to tell you, I love Dave Posky. That dude's cool as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, he does a good job, and some guys always treat me right.
Well, Eddie, like I said when we first started, you're one of our most requested guys to have on the show, so we have your number, and we'll hope to talk to you guys next year in pursuit of whatever championship you guys wind up with. I'm sure you'll have one.
All right, thank you, guys.
Eddie Carrier Jr., the Salt Rock Express.